Angelina, back with another reading, Sparkling Deva, and a weekend reading, and we're going to have a bit of fun. It's a love reading, and we're going to choose a card to find out, it evolves around this card, setting your course. So what are you going to get? What can you expect if you follow this course you're setting, or what are you headed for? And for that question, you have to choose a card from these 4 sets, and that is then 1, 2, 3, or number 4. And then for the other, there's 4 more. The question then is, clearing the way, what is blocking that from coming in? So then again, you choose from these 4 cards, sets of cards. So 1, 2, 3, or 4. I'll try to get the whole lot in one go. There you are. So make your choice from these 2, and then we're going to get on with the reading. Right. Well, we're going to begin with this card, the 3 of Scrolls. So the answers to the course you set, and what you can expect, what you're going to get, or what you're headed for. Also, before I begin, and I will do that in a minute, of course, if you want some help in finding love with your dating life, if things are not really going the way you want, and you haven't a clue how you can change this, and just whatever you do, it doesn't seem to work out, or you lack in self-confidence, and whatever, you just want some help with it, I have a 5-day challenge called Shortcut to Love that can help you with that, improving your love life. You will get clarity as to why it isn't working out and what you can change so that it does work out, that you start attracting better quality men, because this is just for women. Alright, so if there's any men watching, and yeah, I'm so sorry, maybe in the future, but right now this is just for the ladies. So if you want to attract better quality men or partners right in your life, then that might be something for you. So check if that piques your interest, and check out the link in the description box underneath this video. That will take you to my website with all the information, all the ins and outs, and the dates, etc, etc. And it's going to be good, it's going to be fun. I have done a number of these 5-day challenges, and a longer one at the moment as well. And yeah, the results are absolutely good. Even in 5 days you can achieve a lot. You can learn a lot, gain a lot of insight, and you can really make a tremendous shift even in 5 days, because I know what I'm doing. The build up is good, and so if you feel like, okay, I need a bit of guidance when it comes to my love life, then by all means check it out, the Shortcut to Love. Alrighty, then we're going to start with the reading, setting your course concerning love. What are you headed for? What can you expect? And then we're going into the numbers. The numbers 1. Always the romance angels, of course, which is what you can expect in the end. But first of all, we are going into a bit more messages and insight. We have the 3 of Roses and nature and presence. I've forgotten my drink, damn it. I'm sorry, I first have to get my drink. Be right back. Right, that is better, with my coffee and a bit of water. Anyhow, what you're headed for, the 2 of Roses basically speaks of conflict and drama, and I feel that you likely have been stuck in that energy for quite some time. Conflict energy. Maybe you were still grieving over a previous relationship, not over that yet completely, because as you can see, right, the table is sort of set for 2, tea for 2, but there are no people there anymore, and one of these cups is broken as well on the table, so it's not really a happy setting in that sense. There should be 2 people, loving people, happy together, and it's just empty, right? And no people, both have left. as a broken cup, so there's been conflict, and it's not really, even though it looks okay and nice, it's not really completely a happy scene. And I think that you have been pining over someone for quite some time, or having difficulty to let go or to get over something. But whatever it is, it can also be a drama in another area of life, but I think it's to do with love. Or it can also just, if you haven't had a previous relationship, then maybe just a negative outlook on your love life. But you're going to get, well, like a higher perspective. You're this dove, and this hawk that is coming in. They both have messages in their beak. The hawk is basically coming in with more drama, or well, unpleasant news or whatever, but you can soar above that now. You know, you don't get sucked into that drama anymore. You can rise above it and stay above it, and then then you can see much clearer what is actually going on. So if this is for you indeed about not being able to let go of a previous relationship partner, still having problems with that, you're going to get there. You're going to be able to rise above that and see what actually happened, and also move on. You're going to be able to move on, and you can do that when you stay well, grounded, be in the now, and be realistic. Really see what actually happened, and just be grounded in the now, in the here and in the now. And then you get stability, you become stable, and that will help you. That will help you to get that higher perspective, and to just not get sucked into any drama or conflict again. To actually, I feel, break a circle. Break a circle. Maybe you've been doing this. Maybe you've been caught up in the drama, and maybe you sat there on that chair alone and thinking about the other person, your person of interest at the time, that they left, and feeling sorry, maybe feeling sorry for yourself. And yeah, and if you get more grounded, you will find that happiness again. You will just also leave this scene behind. You're ready for that. You're ready for that, to leave that behind. And that's what you're headed for as well, right? Because that's what this was about. What is coming your way? Well, that is coming your way. You're going to leave that behind. You're going to feel much better. You're going to be able to have this higher perspective. And then feel more grounded. But it also works the other way around. That by being more grounded, you can get there. Right? And you can get more grounded by, for instance, going to nature, taking care of your body, making sure that you stay in the now with your thoughts as well. Keep pulling yourself back from the future and the past, because you have no power there. And take care of your body. Do things with the body, physical things that also keeps you in the now. What will you then eventually get when it comes to love? Oh dear. Look at that! Honeymoon and wedding. Wow. So you will get a wonderful new connection at some point. Wedding can just doesn't necessarily mean wedding, although with honeymoon and wedding, well, I think for many it will lead to that eventually. But it is also commitment, a committed, steady relationship, and this is just also a divine connection, because this gondolier is an angel with huge wings. So it's a divine connection. It's a really wonderful, great connection, and you're going to have that commitment. And it's also almost leaving these, going to calmer waters. That water here is a bit dark, and up there it's light, so you're headed towards calmer water. Everything's going to be wonderful. So that's what you're going to get. And, well, with the other cards you can find out what is blocking it from coming in. I'm going to move on to number 2 first. And let's see what we have. I must feel the cards myself as well, okay. Also get out of my head. Well, that is also very positive. This is also, well, there's the commitment card. commitment. The contract can also is also some kind of commitment, right? A contract is a commitment, and it's just looking very positive. Everything is really looking up, and I feel it's going to be a relationship where you get everything that you ever dreamed about, and that you ever wanted, because of these moons, right? There is full moon, and there is the new moon, gibbous, and then it's waning, and it's all these cycles. It's complete. It's a complete cycle. It's yeah. It's gonna be a relationship that brings you everything that you actually ever wanted, I think. And you will be guided to it as well. You will be guided to that relationship. And it could take a bit of time. Could take a bit of time still. Also because of these moons. I'm not saying it's gonna take a year or whatever. Actually, we have this cycle within 28, 29 days, right? A moon cycle, but I do think it's going to take a bit of time. You still have some stuff to learn. There's also these cycles. You have to go through these cycles yourself as well. You still have some things to learn, to work out. But you will grow, and you will learn these things. You will get there. And then you got. I do feel that you're gonna get this relationship that you really always wanted. Really warm relationship with, yeah, that meets all your needs, so to speak. Yeah. Hence that commitment. I feel that for most of you, it's also going to be a lasting relationship, or at the very least, a very long-lasting relationship. Possibly marriage too, because of that contract. If that's what you want, right? Because not everyone wants to get married. So where is it leading eventually with the romance angels? Well, attraction, see, well, there we have it. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. And very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So you have to clearly decide what it is you want. And I think maybe that's why you still have to go through these cycles first as well. Maybe you don't fully know that yet. Not exactly what it is that you really need in order to be happy in a relationship. What you need from a partner. And from a relationship, how that should be, what that should look like. And that's why you still have to go through these cycles before you're ready. Because you're not completely ready. Not exactly ready for that one, for that perfect match. But it's coming in. It is coming in. If only you do that work, if you know, maybe you should make a list for that. Maybe write it down, really give it some thought. As to what it is that you need in a partner and from a relationship in order to be really happy, to be fulfilled. And then you will attract that, and you will start attracting that in. And then it can go quite fast as well. But I feel it does depend on how fast you learn that stuff, so to speak. Yeah. But you will get it. You will get a wonderful relationship. Alrighty, moving on to the numbers 3. Moving these out of the way. Numbers 3, we have the one of scrolls on track, and hoping you can see them. And then the lotus flower, the heart chakra card, compassion, caring, empathy, acceptance, and gentleness. This is funny because that train is going somewhere as well. In actual fact, I could also draw another card to see where the train is going or where it came from. But in any case, you're standing on the platform about to board that train, and it seems almost as if you're not certain yet. As if you're not certain about going on that train or not, or maybe waiting for the next train, or maybe going back into the waiting room, because You seem to be in doubt. Am I really doing the right thing? Am I really going there? Am I ready for it? I don't know. What do I want? You seem to be in doubt, in two minds, not certain if this is the right train for you. I'm not certain if that is the right train for you. I'm trying to get clear if that is about one person. It could be that if you are thinking about a specific person at the moment, or when you started this reading, that you were thinking about a person that you're not certain whether that person is right for you. But if you wanted to just know in general and you have no person of interest in mind, I'm just feeling, okay, I need to just sit with that for a bit. Hang about a bit of pause it. But I got it. I'm sorry I paused it because I can only record 46 minutes and then it starts it off into another recording, and I don't want that. You're afraid. If this is not about a certain person that you were asking about, then the train is about the fact that you are afraid of opening up, afraid of getting involved again, afraid of entering a relationship, and just, I'm getting goosebumps all over from head to toe now. Yeah, so I think this, and real bad as well. I have to pull down my sleeves because I'm getting cold now. And so that is quite a substantial fear. That's quite a substantial fear. You're really afraid. So I think that you have been hurt, maybe a number of times, maybe just once, been hurt really bad, or you're just afraid to make a commitment, afraid to go there. But you can... yeah, you will have to make a decision. You will have to make a decision because that train is not going to wait. There's smoke coming out of the, so the engine is already going. That train is going to depart. And you will have to make up your mind. Am I going to stand here or not? You can't stand there. You can't stay there. And you have to take your foot off the steps. Or you have to get on the train and just take that risk. And just go for it. So that's up to you. What does your gut feeling tell you right now? Are you going for it? Are you going to take that risk and get on that train towards happiness? Or are you going back into the waiting room because you're too afraid to move out there, to take that leap of faith? That's what I feel for most of you. This is a leap of faith. That's what it feels like. It likely isn't really, but that's what it feels like to you anyway. And what you can do, you will find this. No, this can help you. This can help you. This can actually help you. This is about getting more in touch with your body. Like, for instance, smelling the roses, and I mean literally, right? But smells and scents and flavors of foods and dancing and visual things that please you, that make you feel good, that make you happy. You know, like a painting can make you feel calm because of the colors and the imagery, but something else with a lot of red in it, for instance, can make you feel active and maybe even a little aggressive or whatever. So anything to do with the physical body, that can help you feel better, give you more confidence, and I feel you really need that. I feel you really need that because that gets you in touch with the real you. This is a sacral chakra card. Sacral chakra is also about your authentic self, being your authentic self and showing that, bringing that out into the world and expressing yourself, being creative and having fun and enjoying life and being spontaneous and all these good things, you know, this dancing through life. And you can get there to that feeling by just enjoying your body more. The senses, the things that you can enjoy through the body. And I'm not talking about sex, alright? I'm talking about like food and flavors and colors and textures, feeling the textures of things and sniffing paper from a book or whatever, that sort of thing. That can help you to feel more well, confident, less afraid. If you're in this vibe, you'll just get on that bloody train and off you go. And it will help. It will really help you. You know, you have the power to make something. This is like alchemy. The lotus flower is almost like alchemy because it grows in mud and in murky waters, and then it comes up, and then there's this beautiful, gorgeous flower. And so you can do that. That's almost like alchemy, making something, turning into something wonderful, beautiful, and it grows from mud. So making something good out of something that is less pleasant or whatever, you know, that's kind of like alchemy. And also about going with the flow, knowing what to do, when to do it, because the lotus flower at night, it disappears under the water again. And the next day it comes up again, you know, it surfaces and then it opens up again. So it knows when it's time to rest, when it's time for action, and when it's time to shine, etc., etc. And when you do these things, then you will get there, but you have to use this, what I just said about this card, you have to start doing that more. And then you will get the nerve, so to speak, then you get the confidence and to step on that train. And to actually then enjoy this adventure, then you will see it as an adventure. And then it might still be a bit scary to do that, but that's alright. That's alright. As long as you do it. You know, you have to take chances in life every now and then. And also this lotus flower, you will get there too. You know, you can use this, what I just said, it will help you with that as well. That will help you open up your heart chakra. This is a heart chakra card. So that is what is headed for you. This is, you're standing here right now, and you can't stay there. So I hope that makes sense. What you then will get in the end, it's going to take some time, because at the moment this is also playing a role in your love life, finances and career. Maybe you're worried about that, or need to get that sussed first. Maybe it can also be that your focus is not completely on your love life right now, because you have to deal with other things, albeit your finances and career or something else. It could be that you are now have to focus on something else more than your love life. That doesn't mean to say you don't want a love life, but yeah, then you have no choice. Then you first have to get that sussed. Right, sometimes, yeah, we are in a place like that and we can't help it. But in the meantime, when you are getting that other thing, whatever it is, sussed, you have to stay optimistic about your love life. You have to also keep enjoying life, and in the end, you will get that, the retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So you will start dating, you will start seeing someone, and I do feel you will then also get seriously involved with someone. This is like a wedding outfit, right? This is a wedding dress. He's wearing a suit, and two people retreating, wanting to be together, spending time together, getting to know each other, and yeah, or maybe even a honeymoon, right? Can also be that. So I do think that is going to come, but you still have a bit of work to do first. And that's alright, you know. Because then at least in the end, you will get the right one. Then you will get the right one. But if you stay here in the waiting room, or just decide to not go on that train and to move back into the waiting room, then you're not going to find it. Then you're going to sit back in your comfort zone and nothing happens in your comfort zone, right? So you have to move out of that. Righty, I hope that makes sense. Please let me know. And I'm going to move on to the numbers 4. Right, numbers 4. Right, we have the Light of the World, which is also a major arcana card, meaning they are more important messages than the other minor arcana cards from tarot, right? And the guidance, this is a crown chakra card. What I get with this opportunity is knocking at your door. You're too busy, or not focused, not listening, not hearing, not seeing, so you're missing the signs. And the signs are there. This card also speaks of signs, guidance and signs and direction and love and support, loving support. It's all there. But, and this is the first time I've ever seen that. I felt when I was looking at that card that you're not in the now, you're not grounded. That's why you're not hearing that knocking at your door. That's why you're not seeing the signs. That's why you're not hearing it, seeing it, receiving it. You are not in receiving mode because you're not grounded. You're not here. You're not in the now. And now I suddenly see that tree in the middle of this card. Look at that. It's rooted, right? It's grounded. And that's why it can grow so tall and strong. Because it's grounded. And as you can see, the roots underneath the ground are just as extended as the top of it. The crown, I think you call that as well, I'm not entirely sure. That's why it can grow. It's solidly grounded. And so it's also in the now, in the present, and you're not. You're busy doing something or just not focusing, and maybe you're in your home or in your comfort zone is also your home, so to speak. Maybe you are just, what do you call that? Withdrawing yourself from socializing, from the rest of the world, and then you're not focused. You're completely not focused. So it can be that you're either you are withdrawn, or you are very busy. You keep yourself busy, but you have to take some time out. You have to focus, be in the now. Focus, be in the now, and pay more attention to what's going on around you. Because then you will start receiving these signs. It's almost also get a feeling that you have a skewed view of relationships, of love, and maybe that's because of something you've seen with your parents comes up. Maybe your parents didn't have a good relationship. Maybe they got divorced, or I don't know where that comes up. That must mean something to a number of you then. And it can also be because of a past relationship you yourself had. And I get to that because this perspective in this card always seems off to me. It is off a bit, slightly. It's this door is not, you don't see this door from the front. You see it a bit from the side, at an angle, a little bit. And the window is from the front, it's a frontal view. So that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. It could be built like that, but it's odd. I've never seen a building like that myself. And I see that because I'm a painter, and usually it annoys me tremendously to see stuff like that in cards that isn't correct. And I don't know, that makes me think that somehow your perception and perspective of relationships isn't right. But you are getting signs, you are getting a lot of signs, and there is direction for you. And it's actually knocking on your door. But you have to focus and, you know, be in the now and listen, pay attention a bit more. Then you will see, hear, receive these signs, and then you will find direction. Then you will get that direction to love, to a relationship. Yeah. And then from the romance angels we have this: make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you are guided to take. I feel also here that maybe you're not making it a priority. And of course other things in life are important as well, like friends and family and your work and maybe your hobbies and whatever. But if you really want a relationship, then you really have to put some energy in that as well, you know. You can't be wanting a relationship and not trying to, you know, if you don't go out or don't go on dating sites or don't do anything towards it, you have to make it at least a little bit of a priority if you really want it. You know, it's worth making the effort. It's worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Again, guided. You're not listening, you're not, yeah, you are being guided. The guidance is there, but you have to pay attention to it. And you have to really want it. I'm actually wondering, do you actually really want a relationship? Are you ready? And then this card comes up, like, give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. So, well, that could be exactly that, but it's also about yeah, healing. Healing. You have to give it a chance. You have to give... let's see if there's anything else with this card in the book. Because not everyone is going to be in a relationship, of course, who choose this... the angels see that your relationship is worth devoting effort to. Again, you know, devoting effort towards your love life, not necessarily a partner. If you haven't got a partner, you'll need to commit to a relationship to ensure the best chances of success. Yeah, maybe... So if you are still in a relationship, or... yeah, and it's difficult, then this says that you have to know that there's still hope, that you can still work it out. But I also feel like you are maybe still I actually feel it's more about what I just said with that. Do you actually really want a relationship? You know, you have to give it a chance. You really have to give it a chance. And make the effort to even get into a relationship. Maybe you don't want that anymore, or are afraid to do that because you've been hurt before, or you're too busy with whatever. But you have to put more time and effort in it. Start seeing it as pleasurable, joyful. Dating and maybe you're fed up with dating. Maybe you've been dating so much that you now feel like, well, sod this shit. I'm not gonna bother anymore. It's not gonna work out. But you have to. You know, something does wait for you. Something is waiting for you, but you have to open up. So you receive the signs. This is saying that as well. It is worth making the effort. It is worth it. So give it a chance. So forget about that make it a. Give a relationship a chance. That's actually what I'm feeling. Give a relationship a chance. Give it a chance, yes. Alright, I hope that resonates. I'm quickly going to move on to what is blocking it from coming in. Right, for what is blocking it, this card, the question that came with that card, what is blocking it. Also, before I begin with the first set, if it cuts out, then it will automatically start a second recording. If that happens during your reading, then I will put the link near the end of this video, so then you can, in the screen, right, a card, a thingy that comes up in this video. And then you can click that, and then you will go to the second video automatically. Right, so numbers 1, and I proudly present my Dark Goddess Oracle card deck in this reading for the first time. It only came in this afternoon, so it's brand new to me as well to use that. If you want a review, to watch a review on it, I've got that as well, so you can also look that up. Anyhow, what is blocking your love from coming in? I feel with this set that you have gone through a lot of trial and error. Going round in circles maybe. Feeling you're not getting anywhere. You did learn. That's something you have to know. You did learn from each time that you attempted to get involved or were involved in a relationship. Even if it went wrong, you still learned from it. It's important to know that and to see that as well, to see what you took from it. You know, because then you have a more positive view, as opposed to thinking, well, it never worked out for me. It's really important to know that and to focus on that. And it's also important to know that that is completely okay. Like the Sphinx has been dug out of the desert sands a great number of times as well. And, you know, and you have to also know what you want, what it is, what you want and need in a relationship. And if you chose this, then you likely do not have a very clear view of that. And you can get that by going inwards, by chipping away to dig out your sphinx, so to speak, which is you in that sense, right? What you really want, what your truth is, what you need, and having a very clear vision as to what you want and need in a relationship, in a partner, what you have to offer yourself as well, and you have to really have that clear and really go for that. Then don't sway from it, don't stray from it. And you have made slow progress, because this is a turtle, right? And they don't go that fast. But look at that, they've come all that way. There is this path, and they've come all that way. So they are making progress, even though it is slow. Yeah, and they are safe. They are. You must know that as well. You are safe, because if there is danger, like with a turtle, it can just go, turn into get into its shell. And that shell, well, that doesn't break easily, does it? It's really very strong. So, but this is blocking it, that you didn't know exactly what you wanted. And even if, no, that's not true. Hang about, I have to rephrase that. In a way you did know, but you allowed yourself to be, well, that's where this card comes in as well. Be persuaded, be lured almost into something. Even though you knew it was straying from your needs and straying from your boundaries, even maybe from what you need, what you actually really want. And in a way, with this card, she was a huge, very powerful persuader, a Japanese goddess, deity. A very strong persuader. She actually managed to get Amaterasu, the goddess Amaterasu, out of a serious depression by singing and dancing and being joyful and using tricks and whatever. Well, tricks is a big word. I didn't like to use that, but more like illusion. Let's stick to illusion, or magic, if you like. And I feel that for you, you easily fall for something that looks good and that feels good as well, right? And I'm not saying that then the other person is an asshole or a bitch, if you're a man watching, that they are a bad person. Not at all. It doesn't have to be that that is a bad person, but sometimes someone who is in actual fact a good person, a really nice person, can make you feel really good and make you feel really loved and wonderful and cherished and adored and whatever, but they're still not the right match for you, and somehow you know that, but it still feels so good that you don't say, well, sorry, but this is not it, this is not exactly what I want. So you then let yourself be persuaded in a way, in a way you do that yourself, to get involved with someone, even though you know it's removing you from what you need, what you want. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. You get what I mean. And then it goes wrong in the end, because it's not a perfect match. It is a nice match, it's a good match, it's nice, feels good, but it's not the right match. It's not the right person for you. Right? Even though they're a great person, a good person, they're not the right person for you. And then after a while it then goes wrong, and then you're back to square one. Then your sphinx is completely covered in the sand again, then you have to dig it out again, and you might get discouraged, like, oh well, wonderful, back here, back in the car again, right? Back in the desert, having to, and that's what is blocking it. You have to stick to it, you have to get stronger boundaries almost, get stronger in this knowing of what it is that you need. Don't let yourself be persuaded, or don't fool yourself, because in a way you allow that yourself to happen as well. Even when there is a very good click in a match and chemistry and it's wonderful, etc., etc., it still doesn't mean to say that this person is the right one for you. And if you are honest, if you really go inward and know what it is you need and want, and you use the filters, those glasses, look through those glasses at that person, you will see, like, okay, they are a great person, they do make me feel wonderful, but I'm not getting this, that or the other from this person, and I'm also not getting that from that person. So he is not right for me. He's wonderful, or she's wonderful, absolutely great person. They make me feel good, but I also need X, Y, Z, right? So, yeah, that's what's blocking it. That's what's blocking it. So you have to stop that. So you have to be stronger. You use your willpower. Because this is going to be difficult to break. This is going to be really difficult to break. This, if you are very sensitive to that. You're likely very sensitive if you choose this. Likely very sensitive. And then see the potential of that person. That could be just why you are falling for them. Because you see the potential of that person. But you must remember that 9 out of 10 times people never really live up to that potential. Because that's their choice to make, their path to go there. You can't make them do that. So you must make sure that they give you what you need from the word go, without them having to change. Right? Okay, I hope that resonates. I'm going to get myself another cup of coffee before I'm moving on with the numbers 2. Righty, well, I have to do these breaks. Well, I needed a cup of coffee, but I also, have to take short breaks in between because of my neck. This is bothering me still, so I can't do all the cards in one go. I really have to stop and take a break. Sit up straight. Right, numbers 2. What is blocking it? Well, oh yeah, during your reading, likely the video will end. I can't help that. It's to do with the formatting of the memory card. I can't change that, and then it will start a new recording automatically. If that happens, then I will stick a link to that second recording in the video. So in the video you're watching now, in the screen, there will be a pop-up thingy that you can click, and then it will take you straight to the part 2 of this reading, because I'm not going to make it. Got another 6 minutes left of something, and I just want to be thorough. I do not want to... Righty, you have an awful lot of power, an awful lot of strength in itself. We have here the triquetra, the Celtic design symbol, and it's got a crown on top of it. There's fire, the element of water. So receptivity, action, transmutation, etc., etc. The thing is that with the other 2 cards there as well, the visualization, imagination, focus, experience, manifestation, and Gaia, the Dark Goddess from the Dark Goddess deck, creation. They speak of attracting the right thing for you and limiting beliefs. And because of that, I'll get into that a bit more in a minute, but because of that, I feel you have all it takes to be this triquetra, so to speak, to have that power. But I feel that it's almost like a puzzle, as if you can take it apart, like in 3 parts or something, and then you can click it together, and then it is this triquetra, but it's not. It doesn't click together properly. And that is the problem, what is blocking in your love life. And that has to do with you focusing on limiting beliefs and limiting thoughts, negative things and stuff concerning a relationship. And that can be anything from thinking like all women are gold diggers, or all men are players, or my ex was an a-hole, or whatever, to thinking negative about yourself. Like, I can never manifest love, I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving, blah, 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 all that stuff. So anything that's negative concerning love, relationship, and because you're focusing on that, you are actually manifesting that, you are attracting that into your experience. And Gaia speaks of that as well. Don't you love that card? It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. But this is from the dark goddesses, so it's about the darker aspects of all these goddesses. I wanted a goddess deck for ages, couldn't find one that resonated, and I love this one. Anyhow, this is about you are being distracted from your path. It's time to focus on what is truly important to you. Be true to your beliefs and yourself. Don't give in to the demands of others. Set clear boundaries, and be responsible for your actions as well. seize the day and create the life you want. So this is all, if you are focused on the negative, on the wrong things, you're not going to create the life you want. You're not going to get what you want, right? And yeah, you don't get distracted from your path. And in order to not get distracted, you have to know what it is you want. And you can't get that clear if you're still focusing on more on negative aspects. I also feel that it is important that you do not give in to the demands of others. So maybe not necessarily demands, but maybe there's people telling you, oh, that guy or that girl is really good for you, or you should do this, you should do that. And do what you feel is right for you. Yeah, absolutely. Follow your own guidance. And that is really strong. I feel that in my solar plexus. I feel that in my solar plexus now. Hang about. Gosh, I need my reading glasses. Yeah, we're about to go into the second recording, just about a minute away. No, I really feel that in my solar plexus. That is really, really important. Follow your own guidance. Even if other people, take from other people what resonates and dump the rest. And then you can click your own, everything you got, because you have so much to offer. You have so much. You got all these elements and all that strength. There's this crown above that as well. And then you can click these pieces together. And then it will fit. And then you have that power. And then you can go real fast as well. I'm actually just waiting to see if we're going into the second recording. Because I know you lose about 10 seconds when that happens. Which is really annoying. But I think, yeah, that basically sums it up. This is what is blocking it. So I hope that resonates. I hope that's clear. Please let me know. Give me feedback. And, well, thank you for watching. And if you're interested in the shortcut to love, then please click the link in the description box. And maybe I'll see you there. Moving on to number 3.